it's very important because commercial enterprises have created business models that understand a certain segment of community. Why it is key for humanitarian operations and the private sector to work together is because business, so commercial enterprises are based within communities. And if they have a good understanding of community, they almost have a clue of what community needs are and know how to reach the community. Now, an example of this session that we have today, the lessons that we learn amongst ourselves from business opportunity and humanitarian challenges can be reached by both talking together. I come from a commercial sector side, and we've used our foundation to deliver humanitarian aid to the bottom of the pyramid customers using the business models that we've learned from our commercial side of the business.
But what drives your commercial interest to do such a thing?
So the reason why we as a bank got to delivering banking services to the bottom of the pyramid was purely by a demand need, where the big corporate banks decided to disengage with small clientele, and Equity Bank saw this as an opportunity to be able to attract that kind of customer, bring them together and create a big business model that focused on high volumes, low margins. So we've focused primarily on that bottom of the pyramid kind of customer.
So you saw a business opportunity.
Correct.
It's not that as a private sector professional you decided, I'm going to look for humanitarian reasons for supporting aid operations.
No, so with time, then we had the bilateral donors, DFID, and them come to us, asking us, based on our very good understanding of how the bottom of the pyramid operated, if we could help them deliver a humanitarian solution to people who are in a very marginalized area who they needed to give cash transfers, and there was a leakage in the process where a lot of that money was either eaten through by corruption or some of that food was actually stolen, so never got to the beneficiary. So we came up with a solution where we used biometrics, as we did in solar panel control systems, to deliver banking through our our agency banking in the very remote areas of the country. So we just leveraged off a resource that was existing and ensured that we could deal with the humanitarian that was being faced by DFID.
Do you think those who work in the aid system in local communities, in vulnerable communities, can offer something to those in the commercial sector in terms of their expertise?
Yes, they can. I mean, a very good area where they can transfer skills is the compassion. Local aid workers have a lot of compassion for community, and they're driven more by the social drive and want to change communities' situations. And that's something sometimes where the private sector doesn't quite see. Private sector sometimes wants to make profits and not leave a change. So there is a lot of learnings that the humanitarian side can teach the corporate side.
Do you think, or what would your message be to those in the humanitarian sector who may see the motivation of profit as something which is not aligned to their motivation to, as you say, be compassionate and help people?
I think that the big challenge is blending what we call the triple bottom line, where with the profits that you generate, ensure that the communities that you work with are left better off and not less worse off. And I think it's that merger between the profit and the social element that will make a good change for communities in general, and eventually then help the commercial side of business to grow.